Hi everyone, I will be with you in 2 minutes. Okay, I think I'm set. I'll wait for a few people to get into the chat. In the meantime, I'll have some water. Hi, Timberly, Stacy, Kathy, Leanne, Carol. Beverly, Norma, Rob, Rachel, Shez, Dina, Sharon, Carol. Okay, it's going fast now. All right, everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. For those who are new, my name is Milou. I was born clairvoyant, which means I don't use any tools to read. I am also a psychic and a medium. And I want to say thank you to Catherine Rodier for her generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. And I also want to thank, before I go any further, because I don't want to remember in the middle of the stream. I want to thank the chat managers for their help. I really appreciate it. I saw something. There's a lady. She is, I'm sure a lot of you saw her, but I have to mention her. Oh my God. Her name is, let me make sure I got it correctly. Her name is Varela Fletcher. She's 107 years old, and she witnessed or lived through the Tulsa massacre. The town in Tulsa that was inhabited by blacks, basically, and from what I understand, there were a lot of professional people. They used to call a certain area in that town Black Wall, or they call the area Black Wall Street or something like that. I'm not up in the history of the area, but I do recall. I don't remember where I watched the history of that town, what happened and how they were massacred. But I was amazed and impressed yesterday. No, the day before yesterday, I believe. She testified in front of Congress. She is 107 years old. Oh my God, that's what I call someone who's blessed. She was able to sit there, read her notes. Yes, somebody was helping her flipping. I believe one of the attorneys was helping her flip the page as she read through them. But she was, I was very impressed with her. But what touched me is the killing of that gentleman in Louisiana, and hearing that lady recounting what she experienced 100 years ago. It's really unbelievable how some people never really progressed, because the same mentality, those who went and burned that black town in Tulsa, that same mentality is what those policemen in Louisiana have. That's why they went and killed that young gentleman. It's all over TV now. I'm sure all of you have watched it, but that's the connection I made. Okay, both are horrific. Well, I don't even think it goes without saying that whether you kill one person, or you burn a whole town down. Basically, that's what they did to that young man. The only thing they didn't do is set his body on fire. But it's the same mentality. It feels like to me. But to go back to something positive, I was glad to somebody in person, and we have videos to record her testimonial. So I was very impressed with that. The next reference is, I'm sure a lot of us, if not all of us, are very happy that Gaza, there's a ceasefire in place, and I feel it's going to hold. That's my prediction. Yeah, there are going to be skirmishes, but I trust Biden to do the right thing. I feel he's going to try to see if we can move forward, preventing, do something. I don't know what he's going to do, but create a situation where this cycle of violence won't keep repeating itself. That's what I feel intuitively his plan is, or plans are. Yes, Marsha Green, Tulsa, Oklahoma was called Black Wall Street. I was in doctors. Oh, yeah. Lawyers, all professionals live in that area. That is true. That's what I was trying to, I think I said some of it. So, but yeah, it was a very affluent town. Well, very well educated people in it, black folks. So, guys, I'm from, I was born in Haiti, which is predominantly Africans. Yes, a lot of us are mixed, but you know what? The thing is, I see things a little differently than even my nieces and nephews who were born here, because they didn't grow up in a country like Haiti. When Obama became president, yeah, I was impressed. The guy is very smart and all that, but I've seen black presidents before. So yes, I loved it. It was great. Okay. But it meant a lot more to my nieces and nephews than it did to my brothers and sisters and I, because yes, I only knew one president my entire life. Yes, he did some terrible things. But you know what? I don't know. I've studied the history of Haiti, but there is a link between slavery. Haiti was the first black independent country in the world. How we were treated, how everything went down. For some reason, it creates it's a traumatic experience. So a lot of, for some reason, I'm not sure about that, but intuitively I feel like saying a lot of that slavery thing left, like, I got to take my share. Like when they were shackled and made to work, they didn't have anything to eat. I don't know how maybe that mentality still remains. I can't explain it. I'm sure a lot of you are a lot smarter than I am to be able to explain the psychological impact of such trauma on a people. But the point I'm trying to make is I see things a little differently. Yes, Obama is president, great. I'm used to seeing a black president before. A professional black town, oh yeah, I know. I'm from a country where black doctors, black lawyers, black everything is the norm. It's normal. So sometimes if I do not put much emphasis on some of those things, it's because I'm used to seeing them. I grew up seeing, black person in all types of professions. So, but yes, Marsha Green, thank you for posting that. But nonetheless, the point I was trying to make is, first of all, I was impressed with that lady, Ms. Fletcher, and her brother, younger brother, is 100 years old, by the way, friends. Oh my God, amazing. But I was very impressed with her surviving something like that and still be here. Thank God, we are blessed to have her to recount what happened. Okay, but what happened this week, that young black gentleman who was basically murdered in Louisiana, it's the meaning of both. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I'm only a psychic, but intuitively I feel the mentality of those type of people never changed. In any event, I was watching Morning Joe this morning, and it seems like Morning Joe, Joe basically has had enough of the Trump supporters, and I don't blame him. And that's one thing I've been thinking about the past few days intuitively. I am wondering if at some point within the next year, that if people who care about democracy won't have to take to the streets, and I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, because Republicans will not stop what they are doing, rigging the votes, preventing people from voting, until some kind of action is taken. Peaceful protest may be one of our options, because I know Democrats in Congress are, well, they have to stay within the law and do everything lawfully. But for some reason, I'm feeling a lack of fire from our Democratic representatives in Congress. The House is burning, and I'm not seeing them frantically calling the fire department. So I feel actions is going to have to be taken to stop Republicans, because they won't stop. And people like the Heritage Foundation, for some reason I feel someone, or maybe it's our government, that's going to take that organization head on because of what they are doing. And also Fox News and all the other right-wing channels or media, if you will. Because if care is not taken, things are going to get a lot worse for all of us. And we are going to have to fight to regain our democracy. I feel something is going to happen. I'm not quite sure what. Also, as I have predicted before, I just hope, because I can, as I've always told people, I can confuse time. But I'm hoping that Letitia and Cy Vance and SDNY, they indict Trump soon. It is coming. There's no doubt about it. And also, friends, I don't know if you saw Cohen last night. He said the same thing. He said there's no doubt about it. An indictment is coming, meaning Trump is going to get indicted, because he's been through that same process before. So he knows, he knows what they know. He won't say on TV. I believe I heard him say that once. But the guy is a lawyer. He knows exactly what they are. Well, he has a very good idea of what they are investigating, and potentially what's coming down the line. And I don't think he's lying about that. And something, I think he's pretty happy. He let, AOC asked him the right questions that prompted Letitia James to start investigating the Trump organization. And my prediction is, I feel she has everything she needs to indict Trump today. That intuitively, that's how I feel. So I am hoping and praying they indict him soon. That's one thing that's going to give us a break. And also that's going to cause, he can start screaming all he wants, but you can't fight, Somebody said something. You are entitled, I can't remember how they put it, but this applies to what I'm trying to say. Something, you're not entitled to your own facts, something to that effect, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. I can't recall the saying. One of our famous senators said it. But the facts are going to be there. He's not going to be able to refute them in any way, shape, or form, or explain them away. Absolutely not. Trump is in very bad trouble. And also, that's what I feel, and I don't feel Democrats are using those things enough. Call him out for who he is and what he is, a con man, a thief, and a liar. they are doing it, in a nice way. They have to come out more forcefully and to the point where his base can no longer ignore those things. And intuitively, that's what I feel like saying Democrats have to start doing. And yes, I know they have SR1 and H1, okay? Those things are in the Senate right now, waiting for the Senate to act on them. I don't know how it's going to happen, but yeah, those things we're gonna win. That's for sure. But there are a couple of pieces that, let's say, for example, indict Trump ASAP. People are going to have to start calling their representatives and senators, and well, senators are representatives as well, to make sure that Republicans stop playing with our form of government, because that's what they want to do. They want to change things in minority-led, just like the oligarchs and how they do in Russia, in all those places. That's their intentions, I feel, intuitively. But I feel they're going to lose. Whether it happens this year or 10 years down the road, it's going to happen. And yes, a lot of them will suffer the same fate as Saddam Hussein. They're not thinking, they're not looking around the world what happened to people who decide for whatever reason, okay, they want to be in charge forever. And there is no such thing. Sooner or later, that day is going to come where somebody's going to do you in. And that's all the country says, no more of you. Okay? I hope Republicans look around the world at what happens to people who decide to impose their will on others. And yes, it will happen here, just like they're trying right now to, and that's my prediction, by the way. The same way, none of us can believe that in America, we are watching a political party, changing the rules to make sure they have an advantage of winning elections. If somebody told us that 5-6 years ago, we wouldn't believe it. But it's happening. But it's the same way I predict. Okay? If they succeed, I don't think so. But if they do, they're going to suffer because the same consequences on a larger scale. Okay? Of the Saddams, that guy from Libya, I forget his name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Okay? And so many other places. The same thing will happen here. So I pray that we start peaceful protest and prevent those things from happening. I feel that's going to be part of the solving. That's okay. Peaceful protests will start opening their eyes, indicting Trump, and basically take them to court. All these things, and also HR1, SR1, all those things are going to help. But intuitively, the reason why I am saying these things and I'm sounding the alarm, I know I don't do this often, and every once in a while I do it, but it is because the past couple of days I've been feeling some drastic action is going to have to take place, because to force Republicans to change course. And I hope it doesn't take too long. Although I feel they're going to fail. But I feel like saying this. The same feeling I had when Trump was meeting with Putin in South America. We don't know yet a lot of things that happened in that meeting, among other meetings he's had with Putin. But those things will come out as well. And so, by the way, as I'm saying this, someone asked me on the comment board, will whatever transpired between Putin and Trump come out? Yeah, it may not happen this month, but everything, every contact, every message that was ever exchanged between Trump and Putin or whoever else in the Putin government will come out. It's a matter of time. And that's what Republicans are trying to do right now. Part of what they are trying to do, okay? They don't want to be viewed. They're trying to cover up everything, trying to sink the bill that's on the Senate right now, okay, so that we don't know what happened on January 6th, among other things. They have the feeling that will come out because a lot of them are complicit on what happened. That's why Ron Johnson and company, he's a Russian, intuitively I feel, he's cooperating with Russia, with Putin. Right now he's being very careful, but he's amplifying Putin's propagandas. So is Fox and some of its hosts, and OAN and all those right-wing stations. So we are going to have to be very vigilant and keep an eye on these people, intuitively, I feel. But Republicans are going to continue to do the best they can to cover up what happened in 1/6. And by the way, as the title of the stream says, about Trump released a memo yesterday or the day before yesterday. Or it was yesterday or the day before, the evening of the day before, when the House passed the 1/6, the bill to allow to form a body to investigate what happened on 1/6. Okay. They are going to do everything they can, a lot of them, not to let that happen, and that's what Ron Johnson is doing, among others, trying to play it down. But they're going to come up short, and to believe that's what I feel. But we can't sit back and do nothing. But I do feel intuitively somebody's gonna rise up, okay, as some Republicans are doing already from Arizona. And also, yes, something was said, and I want to put I want to give you my intuitive impression of that as well. Somebody suggested that those machines that the ninja, whatever they call themselves, supposedly computer experts who are reviewing the ballots in Arizona, I feel those machines are compromised and they should not use them. At least the manufacturer should go through them again, because they should not trust those people, whatever organization, whatever they call themselves. Just like regular Republicans, they will cheat and do anything they can to keep Republicans in power, hoping and expecting their influence will grow. Not going to happen. But I agree with those who are saying those machines are compromised and something should be done about them. Thank you very much, Warrior Princess. Gaddafi is who I was referring to from Libya. Yeah. So, yes, but that's what's going to happen to Republicans, okay, if they get lucky. Because let me tell you guys, they will. Oh, but as I'm saying this, someone asked me a question. Will Republicans continue to shop for someone like Trump? Yes. They want a dumb president so they can do anything they want. I've mentioned that last year a number of times, okay? It's nothing new. But if Republicans continue down that road and they were to succeed, trust me, the same thing they do in the third world country, basically people are disappearing. Do you see people, threaten people's lives as they've been doing in Michigan, among all over the country? If an authority says something, or a Democrat says something, or they start threatening you, they're going to kill you and all that kind of stuff. These things are going to be it's going to be like an everyday thing. Okay? They're going to do the same what we see happening in Russia. So we can't allow Republicans to do what they are doing, because that's what they're going to do. Then, hey, if they could, intuitively I feel, if Trump was able to cheat and stay in power, oh boy. And also Republicans would have supported him. And trust me, guys, this guy would do some major damage. Okay, first of all, we would not recognize our country in a couple of years, as we, look at what he left Biden. Russia right now is so arrogant. Putin, that is, not Russia, Putin. Okay, I'm not going to get into a whole lot of stuff about Putin today, but he's a lot more arrogant today than he was 4 years ago when Obama stared him down. Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is, my prediction is, if we don't stop Republicans, we take to the street and peacefully protest and demand their removal, and and stop what they are doing and go out and drove and vote them out of office. The same thing that Trump wanted to do, that's what they want to do, because Trump gave them basically cleared the path for them to go down the authoritarian way. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yeah. So, but my prediction is they're going to fail. In the meantime, they're going to cause a lot of agita. Keep our fingers crossed. And I started this whole thing by explaining what Joe was doing this morning. He was pretty upset and telling people to leave the country. That's been on my mind for a long time. In fact, that's not the reason. But I believe no, not online, not while streaming. I've said that to somebody in person. It wasn't while streaming. I'm confusing streaming in my real life. But yes, I agree with Joe. A lot of immigrants would be too happy to come to this country and fill in the gap if they were to take a boat to Russia. Putin would love to have them. In any event, friends, I will answer your questions now, but what I am saying today has been on my mind for the past couple of days. It's been hard for me to believe when I focus on these people. They have no intention of going back unless we step up and let them know we're not going to go for it. Okay. What is going to happen to Susan Collins? Susan Collins, I don't know what you mean, but it feels like Susan Collins has some health issues, so she has to take care of herself. There's a very good chance, I don't know if she's up for re-election this time, but there's a very good chance she may come back. Okay. I heard before I came on Mnuchin, not Mnuchin, I keep saying Mnuchin for mention. He's trying to get some Republicans to join with Democrats to help pass H.R. 1 and S.R. 1. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I don't have much hope. He'll find a few. Okay, he's going to have to work really hard in order for that to happen, because they all are in the covering up of what happened on 1/6, because their buddies, their good friends, if they are not guilty themselves, took part. Okay. Electra Stump says Susan Collins is being investigated for money in her last election in 2020. I don't think anything is going to happen, to be honest with you. Yeah, I heard about that, but I don't think it was intentional. How those things are. I'm not making excuses for her, but I don't feel she did that. She just basically said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm not feeling it. All right. Let's see. Marsha Green is saying, I know, understand Texas, current Virginia. I think Milo just didn't understand because he's not. Well, I'm an American, but I was born. I was born in Haiti, and I came here in my mid-teens, like 15, 16. So, when Obama became president, oh yeah, I was very proud, and I've experienced racism here myself, so I know how it feels. Okay, and yes, I was happy he became president, but I've seen. That's what I was trying to explain. So I hope people don't take me wrong and start throwing, rotten eggs at me now. I was being honest. Something? I think it's very important for people like myself to, sometimes. Okay, I'm going to give you guys an example that happened to me. In fact, while I was trying to move into this place, I called the police because I got really angry over what was going on, and something else happened. I have to think and how to put this package what happened that prompted me to move into this apartment. But I have to make it so that little kids anybody can watch because it's X-rated. Trust me. Quadruple X-rated. In any event, the policeman came, and I was explaining what happened, and I wanted to make sure that they put in the report. I think there are some things that people around here are not aware of yet, but I can't tell to the policeman I'm psychic and accuse people. I just didn't want to do it. In any event, as I was talking to them, you know what the policeman asked me? I'm not quite sure he was thinking. I don't know what. He asked me if I take any medication for mental illness. Yeah, I called. Okay, let me tell you guys what I did. After I called the police, I started recording these people so that no one will say I was lying. I have about over 40 or 50 hours of audio recording of what was taking place. That is so that no one can say I was lying. And the policeman asked me, even if you take, well, I guess, I don't know, people can be delusional. But they were questioning whether I was correct. But psychically speaking, I'm like, are you kidding me? I know other people have complained about that same situation. Okay? But they don't know I know. They don't know how much okay, I can share this with you because I've been with you guys for 4 years. I've described people, incidents, and everything else. While these people were doing their thing, okay, I was remote viewing. That's what really got me ticked off and got me really angry, okay? And that's why I called the police that time. I felt the woman was being abused, okay? In any event, but for someone to ask you something like that, you're like, so, I understand. He probably wasn't, I'm not quite sure what he was thinking, but they asked me anyway. I'm like, no, I don't take, I said, I won't, if I have any mental issues, I have 5 psychiatrists in my family. No, 3 psychiatrists, I'm sorry. 5 physicians, but 3 of them are psychiatrists. On my dad's side, that's on my dad's side. My mom's side, I don't know how many we have. Doctors, lawyers, and everything. So the thing is, he asked me if I take medication. I'm not embarrassed to go to the psychiatrist if I need to. I'm not embarrassed if I need to go see, get therapy. But so far, I don't think so. But the question, my mental fitness for calling about noise. Okay, so I understand, those things, those subtle things that happen to me, I do recognize. So I saw it a little differently. I just answered the question because I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. You know what I mean? So I can feel those things, but I feel it's important for people like myself to share with everyone how we see things. And also, I know how you guys see things. Okay? Believe me. But, or maybe I don't fully understand. But I think it's important for people like myself to share with those who were born here how we see things and how to go together, move forward, and fix whatever the problem is. So I am simply being honest, and I don't mind people educating me if I need to be educated on certain things. Okay, but one thing I can tell you guys, when I react, and that's why any companies I've worked for, when it comes to racism and people with those types of attitude, yeah, they know I don't shrink. I've not only gone after them legally, but you're always smiling and everything. It takes me a little while to react, but when I react, all hell broke loose. And I'm not kidding. There are certain things I can't say. I don't want to say on the stream, but the point I'm trying to make is I think it's important for immigrants like myself to share with those who were born here, and then we come to an understanding and we move and we help each other forward. That's basically why I shared my view on how I think Obama is amazing. In fact, I stopped talking to somebody because he called Obama a liar, because I don't think Obama is a liar. Everybody, you can say some white, lies or something like that, but nothing terrible for someone to be bad-mouthing him. It's not only that, but I've done a couple. Something else I did to someone on YouTube. He was trying to use astrology to demonstrate that Michelle Obama is a man. Oh boy. Yeah, but I think I've shared that before, but that's how I react when people do those things and I catch you, and after a while, this guy was doing it for a while, I just had enough of it and I took him on in any event. But I think it's a healthy thing that I share how I view things, and hopefully you guys will share how you view things, and we'll come to an understanding and we'll move forward together. Okay. I hope no one took me wrong. That's what I'm trying. That's why I'm giving all those examples. Don't take me wrong. I'm simply being honest and sharing with everyone my experience. All right. Yeah, McConnell is going to, somebody said, let's see, I'm going to answer this question really quickly. Somebody mentioned McConnell. McConnell is following. I'm sorry, I don't see it. I don't see who. I just saw it briefly. McConnell is just listening to Trump. They all have one thing in mind. And like I've told you guys, and I didn't realize that's what was going on, Heritage Foundation, there are 3 entities behind everything that you see Republicans are doing and who wants to change our form of government. But they will all go down. It may take a little while, but yes, they will all go down. McConnell is taking his lead from these people, what he should do. Okay, nothing that's happening at the state level. Okay, these guys, they're just doing things on their own. No, they have masters. Okay, that are pulling the strings. A bunch of puppets. Okay, they're giving a couple of dollars. They're about to. They won't mind ending democracy as we know it. Okay, friends, thank you very much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it, and for your support. And I want to say thank you to those. I feel some of you have mentioned my name because I've seen my subscriber count has gone up at least 10 in the past day or two, which is unusual unless I collaborate with Linda or with Dan Taro. Usually that's what gives me a boost. So I want to thank those of you who mentioned my name to your friends and other places. I appreciate it. And if you are a subscriber, if you're not a subscriber, you like the channel, please subscribe and also tap on the bell in order for you to be notified when I'm online or when I post a video. And also, if anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilu.com. Or you can send me an email at psychicmilu@aol.com. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. And again, thank you everyone for your support. Till tomorrow. Same time. Tomorrow is Saturday, so it's not going to be at this time. You guys know what time it should be. Till then, bye.